Hello and good Monday morning to all of you. I am starting the week off with a journal that just makes me so happy. This is something I haven't been able to do for a while, and this is a ready to ship journal. This is not a custom order. This is in my shop, ready to ship. You order it. It goes out the next day unless you order it along with like a custom order or something like that. Then it might take a little longer, but I am getting caught up on my customs. I'm not there yet, but I can see the end in sight. Anyway, last night, Sunday night, I pretty much took Sunday off of work, but by the evening, I just wanted to play a little bit. So I was on my computer. Sorry if this jiggles for a second. I'm moving the table. Okay, so I wanted to play a little bit, so I pulled up Photoshop and I created a paper pack. And then I just went ahead and turned it into a journal, and then I got started and I couldn't stop. So this is what I came up with. The link to purchase it will be below, and then I'll show you the digitals I created as well. So this is an 8 3/4 by 5 3/4. Pretty much it's my 9 by 6 size. I've just started cutting off a small little strip on the top and side just so the papers fit in there better and there isn't as much of an overhang. I found with the overhang of the cover, like if it's too much of an overhang, the cover gets damaged and crushed a lot more easily. So this is a wallpaper cover. I love it. It's just this neutral, very, very textured, kind of iridescent gold beige, and you can see like hints of like a purpley pink throughout too. And I had the idea to use one of these like vintage while you were out paper pads. I got this from Feed the Birdies, and check out her Instagram at Feed the Birdies because she is my favorite, absolutely favorite ephemera shop. You know, where you get like little papers and like vintage things, like the actual real deal. That's where I like to get my stuff. So she sent me a little pad that had these urgent while you were out. And I used to get these at the dollar store when I was a little girl. And I've been thinking, can you get these anymore? If any of you know, or if you've seen them at your dollar store, let me know below, because I remember getting them when I was a little girl and playing with them, but I haven't seen them in a long time. At least I don't think I have. So I used some gold ink and just kind of distressed it, inked it up. I've done some stitching. This flower here is from Avalon Rose Design, and she was the main inspiration for this journal. You've heard me talk about her recently. This is her part of her floral and fruit, antique floral and fruit, or vintage and whatever. I don't remember exactly what it's called. I did a video on it. I think it was the last video, the garden journal, but I had some of these left over. So this is on the cover. There's a little label here where you could put your favorite word or your name, and then an embellishment. The little eyelets are flowers. So there's a red flower on the front, a pink on the back, and then here is a punch. And this is from a wallpaper book. It's not wallpaper, but it's those really heavy pieces of paper in between that show what the wallpaper looks like on the wall. And then a little rhinestone. There's white seam binding that I added little pink wooden beads to the ends of. And let's get inside and show you what I created. Okay, so this is just a scrapbook paper. I think it's from like a Michael's scrapbook pad. Yingya, who has ordered a bunch for me in the past, she had sent me a bunch of paper, and this was one of them. And then I just did a little coffee dyed label flip here for writing your name, the dates, any important information. So we're getting into the important part here, and this is the paper pack that I designed. It is an 8.5 by 11 paper pack, so it just folds perfectly and fits into junk journals. I printed it on my borderless printer so that there was no borders. It's just, you know, it's perfect. And I'm calling this Ledger Bouquets, and I used there's like a pink, kind of a pinkish background, and then a ledger overlaid, and then these florals from Avalon Rose Design, and I have like 2 of them here. Some of them I put together, some I left the way she had them, and then a twine ribbon holding them together. And then, so the paper pack has 6 pages that you fold in half, and one side has a floral bouquet, and the other side is just the ledger. And then the 7th page is just ledger on both sides, and that way you can use it as a background page if you want to. So I printed just plain ledger on the back of all of them. That way you have great writing space. And I added a few pages of coffee dyed paper. I've added a few little touches and some book pages. And here's a little tag I made. I've added, this is just real ledger paper. Here's another one of the pages I designed. I've done some stamping. And then here's some postage stamps. I have a video coming up, hopefully later this week, on how to use postage stamps for junk journaling. And so I've been starting to use those more. I also made a pocket page here, and I put in 2 vintage wildflower book pages that you can use for collaging or whatever you would like to. And then here we have like a double tuck spot. So I'll pull these out. Here's a playing card and then one of the Avalon Rose flowers that was left over from my last project. And then I have a guest check from Above Par Crafts. Her link and there's a coupon code are down below. This is also from Above Par Crafts. This little, I love this cute envelope. Date due, amount due. I just did some vine stitching and I slipped it. This is another tuck spot here. And then another Avalon Rose flower, and then a little Tim Holtz report card. I try to keep this kind of like an office and floral type themed. This is another one. So pretty. Have a little bit of washi holding on this. I think it was Barbara who sent this to me. If I could be wrong about that, because I try to keep something separate, but then they get mixed in. So it's just washied on here, and there's a whole bunch about plants. And then it's just on there like that. Oh, missed some pages here. This is a book page from Pride and Prejudice. And then I just did a little bit of gold leaf stamping on that. There's 60 pages. Just clipped in a little flower there. It's definitely a writing journal. And then in here's 2 floral pages as well from a different book. This is about like the names of flowers and what they mean. So I added those into this pocket page. There are 2 pocket pages in this book. And then here we have a project life card. On this side it says remember, and this side it has the flowers. And then this is an actual piece of ephemera right there. It's like a hospital transport or something like that. It's from 1905, I think, maybe. This is the actual one that I included. I love the pink. There's a little playing card. Some book page flowers that someone sent me, and I love. More of the pages. Here's like a perpetual calendar stamp. Another book page flower. And this is also from Above Par Crafts, and then I just stamped my name. So I adore this book. I just think it is so cute. I wish I had time to make more, but I have to get right back to my customs, so I just wanted to get this listed. So you can order this journal, which is ready to ship. It's going to head right out to you. I have the digital version of this paper pack. I also have the printed version. If you do not have a printer, I can print it and send it to you. All those links are below. I'll see you all in the next video.